Good morning, family. Good morning, family. Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. Love you for stopping by. My name is Dada Hawa. Gosh, I'm not in my best mood this morning, you guys. I'm just gonna have a quick conversation with our African mothers, sisters, cousins, the females, the African females, and this could just be for females in general. Please listen to your child or your sister or whomever that family member is that's going to come to you and tell you she's walking out of a relationship because she doesn't want to be there. She's being physically abused or emotionally or however. Please do not push people to stay in these relationships that are not good for them. I'm so sick of people saying for the sake of your child. We are failing our sisters and our mothers by pushing them to stay in bad relationships. Domestic violence is a thing, you guys. Been there, done that. It's a thing. And it's unacceptable. I have zero tolerance for it. It's not okay in any way. And I refuse to put my child's life in danger all in the name of, oh, I want her father to be there. African mothers especially, y'all need to stop pushing your children into bad relationships. You're not walking in someone's shoes. If they're walking in that shoe and tell you it hurts and they want to take it off, let them take the damn shoe off. Don't be judging people until you walk in their shoe. I had a situation a few years back, and I'm just really irritated this morning, you guys. I had a situation a few years back where it was nothing physical. Normally, I have low tolerance for even like verbal abuse because yes, I can get sassy. I will stand up for myself. Maybe that's why I'm still single. I don't mind. But I will stand up for myself. I have low tolerance for even verbal abuse. If you can't respect me for being a human being and for being a partner, keep walking. Keep walking. Then I'm not the right one for you. So I absolutely don't have any tolerance for physical abuse. I was in a relationship where this person, we would get into arguments and he would call me all kinds of names. And because I was pregnant at the time, I tolerated it. I let him know every time it's unacceptable. And I was only hanging in because I was pregnant. And that was the biggest mistake of my life, by staying there just because I was pregnant. When he got ready to put his hands on me, he did. He nearly killed me. And that was the same individual that took me to the ER because he couldn't bear seeing the pain I was in. 6 months pregnant with his child, okay? We went to the ER. I didn't even have to call the police. All I had to do was show up. And he was arrested. My family and some of my friends had a lot to say. Y'all were not there when I endured the suffering I went through. I even had family members that were communicating with this man, trying to set him up to meet my child after they knew exactly what I had been through. Yes, family members that went out of their way to make trips to meet up with this person. Went out of the way to offer this person a place to stay so that he can see his so-called child, because that's not his child. If he cared about that child, he wouldn't have even put his hands on me to begin with. It's unacceptable. We need to stop setting each other up for failure, okay? We need to stop setting each other up for failure. You shouldn't have to see me getting beat up or hit by somebody for you to know that I'm in danger. You should be able to care about me enough for me to call you and say, hey, this is what's going on and I don't feel safe and I want out and I'm going to walk out, and you should be there to support me. But no, we want to see something happen before we act. African mothers and sisters, you guys are failing. We are failing our sisters. We're failing our daughters. And I refuse to be a victim. So none of y'all, and this message There are some of y'all that are going to watch this video. Y'all know it's for y'all. Don't you dare even try to call me and ask me what happened, or try to tell me, oh, just calm down. There's a reason why I kept this man out of my child's life. But y'all didn't stop pushing and making me feel guilty how my child can't see her dad and this and that and the other. And I listen to y'all like some fool. I let him see my child. I'm choosing to not let him see my child after today. And don't you dare call me and say one word. That's my choice. That's my decision. And that's what I'm going to do. This is my life. I'm so sick of people saying, oh, for the sake of your child. That's why our men, that's why they use and abuse the women, because they know they can get away with it. They're sleeping all around the place. Some of them go out, get drunk, and beat up their wives and their girlfriends. And then the mothers that push their children out are the ones that will say, oh, but that your husband. So what? If that's my husband, he will not be doing that. He should not be doing that. If he care enough, he will not be doing that. That's ain't that your boyfriend? What the hell? And then, oh, don't let a child be involved in that relationship for the sake of your child. Just be patient. No. I walked for the sake of my child. That's why I walked out. For the sake of my child. Was the reason why I walked out. For the sake of my child. For her safety. If a man can abuse the mother of the person that pushed that child out, do you think he care about that child? Have you thought about it that way? African mothers, y'all need to wake up. We're not in the 30s and 40s and 60s and 50s or whatever. Y'all need to start setting your daughters up for failure, because that's what you're doing. Pushing these young women into relationships that's not good for them for the sake of, oh, well, you're gonna, there's nothing wrong with, I am damn happy being single. I'm totally okay being single. People go through things in their marriages and y'all want them to stay there because it brings their parents some kind of pride. Oh, my daughter is married. When will you get, I don't care. When will you get married? Been there, done that too. When will you get married? Y'all need to stop pushing these girls into a bad relationship. Let me tell you, young ladies out there, you don't have to stay with no man because your mom wants you to. You don't have to stay with no man because it's bringing your family some kind of pride. If you're not happy and you don't feel safe, walk. If you're not happy and you don't feel safe, walk out. Walk out. The one for you will make you feel safe. And if he cannot make you feel safe, he ain't the one. Walk out. And don't endanger your kids because your mother or your auntie or your sister or your cousin say, oh, for the sake of your kids, just be patient. What do you call be patient? What do you call be patient? You're there sitting there grieving. You can't sleep at night because you worry that he might hit me when he get drunk, or he might do this. But if I leave, my mom will be mad at me. If I leave, my family will be shamed. Your family have lived their lives. Your mothers have lived their lives. Your fathers are living their lives. Your sisters are living their lives. Live for you. Live for you. I'm so sick of people saying for the sake of your child. One more person call me and tell me, oh, the girl got to see her pa. You won't like my response to you. So please, y'all need to start setting people up for failure. Pushing people into bad relationships. I had a reason why I didn't want this man to see my child. Well, let me make this clear. I didn't stop him from seeing his child, but he was such an ass. Such an ass that he didn't see her because he won't follow guidelines. If I don't trust you, I'm not leaving my child with you privately. Period. I can't leave her alone with you. And since he didn't want me there when he saw her, he went 10 years without seeing his child. 10 years. Because I had to be there for him to see her. And he didn't want that. That was his choice. Dude, you did something to me. I don't trust you. And that's why. And if I don't trust you, I'm not leaving my child with you. Period. But thanks to my African family, I'm sure y'all happy that I gave you what y'all wanted. He got to see her and he showed his ass now. He's showing his ass. So I'm sure you're happy. I'm sure you're totally happy for the sake of my child. Oh, you can't keep her from... No, I wasn't keeping her from her father. Now she doesn't even want to talk to him. Yeah, she blocked him on her own. You know why? He threatened to kidnap her. He had the nerve to call her and tell her, I'm going to kidnap you. And if I cannot be with your mom, nobody else will. This is 10 years later. 10 years after me and you ain't been together. 10 years after we ain't talk. When I made a decision to keep this man away at a distance, y'all made me feel so guilty that I'm this terrible parent that I don't want my child to see her dad, and making me feel like I'm doing this bad thing. And I try to tell you I'm protecting my child from this man. And because of y'all, my child is afraid to come outside because he threatened to kidnap her. And that wasn't the only thing he said. He told her other things that I'm not even going to say on camera. She's terrified. So thanks to y'all, my African, my Liberian family, my own family, thank you. This is what you've done. I've been protecting my child because I didn't want her to feel this kind of fear. I didn't want her to experience this kind of emotional disturbance. That's why I shielded her from that individual. But no, I'm this terrible person that don't want my child to see her dad. Some of y'all went out of your way making contact with this man and making plans to bring my child in his presence without my consent. So I'm sure you're happy. Thank you. This is what you did. My child is terrified to even come out of the house. So thank you. Thank you for that. I'm done.